Okay, so to start things off, we are reporting on behalf of KCR, and it's a part of San Diego State University, and you studied at University of Texas, if I'm correct. And do you have any advice for college students or aspiring young musicians?
I dropped out of college my first year, so I don't know if I necessarily have advice for college students. Maybe college-aged people. I don't know. I mean, have fun. Learn how to, be giving as much as you can, I guess. I don't know. I feel like when you're in college, it's really easy, in, good ways and bad ways, to, really live in your own head and in your own world, and you're, working on yourself, and that's really good, but I think the best way to work on yourself is do stuff for other people, and I've learned that in good and bad ways, in hard ways, or I've been selfish in sometimes or something. Just learn how to be a part of a community of some sort. I don't know.
Okay.
If I had to give advice, other than that, I'd be like, I have no idea.
And moving on to your tour, which you just started. So you were in Mexico, and was there any favorite stops that you had over there?
Yeah, I love being in Mexico. Just such inviting fans, and just really fun, good food, good people. That's all you can really ask for. I mean, Mexico City is one of my favorite cities to go to. I think it's so creative and lively, and I don't know, it's fun and just mind-blowing. Anytime I go to somewhere that's primarily not English speaking, and then they know my music, that's just crazy to experience. So that was cool, but all of Mexico is fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
Any favorite dishes in specific?
Mexico City, I think specifically, has really good tacos al pastor. That's a taco that they do with this pork, but it makes me sick every time, but I always eat it. Yeah,
I mean,
it's worth it,
I feel like that's most Mexican food.
Yeah.
So good, it's really bad.
That's very true. Last week you released People in Motion. And what inspired this album, and do you think there has been any change in sound or inspiration with this specific release?
I think definitely change in sound. I think with every record that I make, I try to have a new feeling, and I want every album to feel like its own world. So nothing on Harmony House could have been on Fuzzy Brain, or vice versa, and so the same goes with People in Motion, I think. Hopefully, at least. But inspiration, this record, I got to experience a lot of live music before I put it out, and I got to see a Dayglow show happen for the first time, basically, because before Fuzzy Brain and Harmony House, I really didn't have much touring, and so a lot of that energy of live music, in the context of live music, fueled People in Motion. It's kind of an album meant to be played live and experienced together.
Okay, and with that, is there a song off of People in Motion that's your favorite to perform?
I mean, we're playing most of it tonight, and it's all pretty fun. Yeah? Okay, sweet, thank you. I think Second Nature is really fun. I've programmed the show for quite some time, and everything kind of has different versions, and some songs go in and out of each other, and Second Nature is a really fun thing. It's our encore, so we get asked to play it, and it's fun.
Okay, and in your song Deep End, which is my favorite off of the new
thank
album, you say, "Show me how to let it go like flowing water. Being an artist of your caliber comes with negativity. How do you suggest to anybody to deal with negativity or something that they want to get over?"
It's hard. I think Yeah, like definitely it's a challenge for me, like, or someone who makes like positive music or like happy feeling music. It's kind of met with like skepticism sometimes. It's like, are you faking it?
Yeah.
And it's like, to any degree, like any artist has to like be a version of themselves. So yeah, I don't know, like when experiencing negativity, I would just say like surround yourself with good people and you'll experience less of that. And sometimes that means surround yourself with few people. That's something I've learned. And so like I just have a couple friends and I have a couple people that I keep in contact with, and I'm like definitely a people pleaser, so I've learned how to shorten that list and like really be with people that I trust, just for my personal life, because then if that's all checked, then I can be nice to strangers as well, which I have to do all the time. So,
yeah. I love that. I love that. Fuzzy Brain featured Can I Call You Tonight and Hot Rod, which are two of the top streaming songs from that album. Do you wish another song or songs off that album got more attention?
Man, I don't know if it's me like just responding to the way things are, or me like already have knowing this when I released it, but I knew it was going to be those two songs. So it's really encouraging that happened and that they are so popular. I didn't think they were going to be as popular as they are. But man, Fuzzy Brain, it's such like a cult following album, which is cool. Like most people like all the songs, which is amazing to me. 'Cause there's no really other bedroom pop albums from that era that I've heard people are like, this album, which is really encouraging that I kind of came out of that trend with like an album.
Yeah.
But let's see, Listerine I think is really fun. I don't know, I feel like I get way more love than I think I would on any song, so I love it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Are there any artists that inspired People in Motion, or are there any specific artists that inspire your music, like, as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I love Phoenix. It's one of my favorite bands. I love, like, MGMT, Tame Impala, like, just indie bands, People in Motion specifically, I wanted it to feel really energetic and lively, and I didn't really go into it with any direct inspirations. Like I tried to give myself no rules to see what would happen, and I leaned more into like my electronic tendencies and like dance music, and a lot of synth driven stuff. And one of my favorite artists that does that is LCD Sound System, which is one person. His name is James Murphy, and I think that inspired the record quite a bit. Like specifically Deep End or like Second Nature came from that energy of like electronic music that's repetitive but it doesn't feel annoying, hopefully not. Yeah.
And then with that, having those inspirations, is there any like artist or band in particular that you want to have featured on any forthcoming albums?
Ooh, I mean LCD Sound System would be a great collab. That would make me feel like a cool person. I think, man, I don't like Dayglow. It's so much of the integrity of what Dayglow is the fact that I just do it alone, and so it would have to be really special to be like a collab in the future. Like I have thankfully so many friends now that are musicians and kind of like the same circle as me. Like one of my best friends is boy Pablo, Nico.
Yeah.
And so Nico and I hang out whenever, I mean he lives in Norway, but like every time we see each other it's like this huge reunion, like we really hang out. It's like we collaborate as friends, but as musicians I'm like, I don't know if I could ever do a song with them because it just kind of feels, I don't know, like it would feel weird. So I don't know collaboratively what I would do.
Okay. And
Harry Styles.
oh my
We'll go
god,
with that. Yeah.
I love
We'll go
Harry.
with that.
I love Harry Styles.
Yes.
With that collaboration in mind, you spoke about being active in the creative marketing process. Are there any pieces of merchandise that you created that have yet to be released?
Not that have yet to be released. We have like all new merch tonight for this tour. I personally designed one of the items. It's like the proud participant of the People in Motion tour. It looks like an old like PE t-shirt. I kind of made it last minute, and it's the worst selling item we have right now. So I think we're gonna end that and find like a new shirt. But I designed that one, so yeah.
All right. So, from Fuzzy Brain to now, has there been any dramatic changes in the process of you specifically creating music, or like what you use to create music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to find new like gear and fun instruments and synths and stuff to have in my studio, just to play around with. But the process is still the exact same. It's me in my house, just working on music all day, every day, and just tweaking it over time. Same thing as Fuzzy Brain, really. Other than I just have more access to gear, but I'm still teaching myself how to use it all and everything. So it's just what I've always wanted to do, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. And having change in mind, do you think the set list or any parts of the tour are going to change over time, or do you want to keep that same experience? Not necessarily the same for everybody, but have that same rhythm to it.
Yeah, I want every tour to feel like its own thing. Like, I really hope that, like, I can just emphasize and get people to come to shows and, like, come see the live show. Because to me, that's, like, the whole point. You know, that's why musicians exist. And nowadays, it's, like, there's so many different versions of musicians. There's, like, people who are, like, crazy famous on Instagram, and they, like, make their money that way, you know. But then if they go on tour, they like kind of struggle to sell tickets in like a small venue or something. And I want to be those people where it's like, I don't really care about Instagram, I don't really care about all this stuff, but if I can get people to like the live experience, then that's cool. And so what I want to do with every tour that I have is have it feel really, really well crafted, almost as if it's like a Broadway show or something, and approach it from that perspective where it's like, this is the show, we're going to take this exact thing and bring it to every city. Because I think it's kind of comforting to know that, like, do the same thing for a lot of different people. All that to say, like, maybe I'll change it, but now there's so many moving parts where it's, like, really hard to, like, add songs or something. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. And if you were to interchange songs, I don't know if you can tell us what the set list is, but are there songs that you would, like, swap? Or you have one that didn't make it, but you, like, will change it?
No, yeah. So, like, we're playing 19 songs tonight, which is, like, a pretty long set and, like, really tiring. But I try to make it just, like, really quick and flow fast. But with that being said, I still had to cut some songs. This is a little hard to do. We're not... The two I've heard the most complaints about, which, I mean, people, like, still seem to have a lot of fun at the shows. But I think the set list has gotten out. And so, like, future shows, people going to those are, like, messaging me, like, you know, please add this. Our Fair Game, we're unfortunately not playing that. And Crying on the Dance Floor. Those are, like, the two that I love that I had to cut. And I knew that was going to happen, but I was like, I'm already playing 19 songs. Like, I have to, like, you know, give myself a little break.
Would you swap any of the ones that are on the set list to end up playing those two?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's just, we have, like, this video wall behind us and stuff. We have to, like, pre-program all these visuals. And so, I don't know. We'd have to rearrange it a little bit. But, you know, it's not too late. We're early on in the tour. But, I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. Completely off the record, since we're already through the questions, is there a question that you wished interviewers would ask you, and what is the answer to that question? Whether it be about your music or the music making process or the tour,
Yeah.
anything.
Honestly, I feel like I get good interviews usually. I think you've done a great job.
Thank you.
So there's nothing I feel like is remaining. Yeah, I feel good.
Okay, and then one more. Who is your favorite artist to listen to at the moment? Like, just one name.
Let's see. Probably. Phoenix. I think Phoenix. I like Phoenix a lot, and they're putting new music out. I'm excited to hear. I love the 1975. I haven't heard their new album yet. It came out today.
I just listened to it.
It's pretty good.
I did like it. I
Yeah.
mean, the second song, the lyrics were, they're a lot, but
Yeah.
I did like it.
Yeah.
The singles they did release, I loved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, it's really pushy and like a good in a good way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's interesting the space that they fill, because I love the music so much, but it's kind of like a little far sometimes.
Yeah.
Where hopefully I can like kind of fill that musical space, but a little bit more of a escapism thing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
Perfect.
I'm not interviewing you, but I do have a personal question.
Yeah.
A few months ago, I've been listening to you for a while, but a few months ago I discovered your YouTube channel with all the breakdowns of all the songs, and I use a lot of it for my own music. I do a lot of your mixing because I'm a music recording tech major, so I'm learning how to do that.
Sweet.
And I found a lot of inspiration in all those. So are you going to do one for People in Motion?
That's the plan, definitely.
Yeah.
We I won't be home for a while, but I definitely plan to, because these files are like fine, and I've also like I knew this would happen on this record because I just feel really confident with how it sounds. Is that people will be like, Dayglow like sold out and like is working with a producer now and all these things. I still did it myself, you know.
Yeah,
So
like I
that'd
find
be
it so crazy. I feel like it would be like all produced and all crazy, but I liked how you just did it in your bedroom. Like that's so insane.
Thank you.
I loved it.
I definitely want to do that for this record.
And how do you? I'm a synth player myself, and I was like, oh my god, you have so many crazy synths. Like, where do you find those stuff? Like just off like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that?
Some Facebook Marketplace, mostly Reverb.com. I just like watch for deals and stuff, but I just look for less popular ones or like think of ones that aren't as trendy or like offshoots of a synth of something in history. So like I just like finding new things and try to find deals on them.
That's so dope. And I don't remember exactly, but do you like have like patches for your own synths, like make your own synth sounds and stuff like that?
Yeah, for
dope.
sure.
And do you like where'd you learn how to do that? Like YouTube or whatnot?
I just kind of like use my ear, like I know what I like and then I just tweak it a little bit off of that. So it's fun. Like tonight we have like Roland has new synths that use this stuff called Zen Core, which is like a digital version of lots of vintage Roland synths, so like the Juno and stuff like that. And all our keyboards are using those things, and I kind of built these keyboard like shells that encase all of it, so it's like a custom synth.
Oh wow!
On both sides, it's like fueling the show.
That's
really
dope.
fun.
It's so cool.
That's
It's crazy.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.